Recording in progress.
Okay, excellent. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining our training session tonight. I have been in the network marketing industry for a very long time. The very first time I heard about, multi-level marketing or network marketing was in the year 2000. And I will never forget how I felt when I saw it. I was blown away. I was like, I can't believe that this is not how we do business. This is how we should be working. In the world out there, it's a dog eat dog world out there. Knowledge is power. If you don't have knowledge, you're going to be left behind. If you've got knowledge, what do? You keep it to yourself. You don't share it, because as soon as you share your knowledge, you either create opposition or you create a person that's going to just take your job. That's all you do. But in network marketing, we flip the script on its head and we say, the more I can teach you the tips, the tricks, everything about network marketing, and even if I can help you become better than what I am, we are all going to grow. And that's what I love about network marketing. And that is why I started this company, is because I wanted to give back to the industry. I wanted to give back to what it has given me. So I'm very excited. So a lot of the things that I'm going to teach tonight are network marketing principles that you need to know, that's going to help you, that's going to give you a couple of tools, or just maybe a little bit of direction in where to go or what to do next. Okay, so the format of this training session is very relaxed. I want you to be able to sit back. I'm recording it so you can go over it again. If you want to, you can take notes. Welcome, everybody. We've still got some people connecting with us right now. Welcome, and it's exciting to have you with us in this training session. So I'm going to do some of my training, or just principles that you can use in whatever business you are. One of the main purposes of building the ONEfourMe system is that it does not necessarily distract you from your primary business. Welcome, DNNT. Good to see you tonight. I'm excited of you being here. Okay, so it is not to distract you. Actually, as a matter of fact, it is there to help you with whatever your primary business is, whether it is Live Good, whether it is Kaya Connect, whether it is Herbalife, whether it is, anything, Amway, any network marketing business, or if you're an entrepreneur. It helps you with your business as an entrepreneur. If you sell shoes, if you sell clothes, or whatever you do as an entrepreneur, ONEfourMe can help and facilitate with that as an online business card. Okay. But what I would suggest is, if there's anything specific that you want to learn, all of these training and presentations I load onto our YouTube channel. And if you want a link to our YouTube channel, or just go search one word, ONEfourMe, ONEfourMe. Just go search that and you will find it on YouTube. Okay. And we've got training there on specific things. We've got training there on loading your page. We've got training there on pro features, for those who decide they want to go pro. But tonight's training is really just network marketing principles and how you can use ONEfourMe to just build an additional income stream alongside what you are currently doing. So without any further ado, let me go and boom, share my screen. Wow, there we go. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so in this training session, we're going to cover a couple of things like branding, trust, and duplication. Those are the things that I'm going to cover. Why am I going to cover those things? Because I think there are certain principles in network marketing, certain concepts in this space, in this business that we are in, that that the skills or the knowledge is lacking a little bit. And I'm going to cover those things tonight. Let's first talk about the importance of branding. In network marketing, you are the brand. You need to understand that. You need to learn that. You need to grasp that. You need to work around that. You need to understand that you are the brand. People nowadays don't join companies. Okay? They join people. So they are not going to join you because you are in Live Good. They're not going to join you because you are in Kaya Connect or in Dewpoint. They're going to look at what you offer. How are you doing this? And then something in their subconscious is going to happen. They're going to ask a question the whole time in their mind. Can I do this? So what you need to show them is how easy it is to do what you do. If you can show them that what I am doing is so easy, anybody can do it, you've got them there, 70%. You've already almost 70% you've got your yes. Because they're going to ask that question to themselves, can I do this? And if the answer is yes, they're going to give you more of their attention. Okay. Now, branding builds authority, confidence, and duplication. In network marketing, there is this concept of duplication and leverage that I'm going to cover a little bit later, but which is so incredible. It is the secret sauce of network marketing. Duplication and leverage. You don't get it in any other industry in the world. But if someone can see, I can do this, yes, that is easy to duplicate, then they'll come on board. They will see what you are doing. They'll see that you're enjoying it. They'll see that you are finding success in it. They can see that they can do it, and then they will come. But to be able to build that, what exudes that? What lets people see that about you? Your brand. That is what people will see first of all. And that is what I thought, okay, let me think about what concept can I take, build around it that is going to give people immediate effect in their business. And that is helping them with their brand. Okay. Now we've got people from all sources of life. People who are very good on TikTok, people who are very good on socials, people who are very good on, wherever. But yeah, your brand, find your niche, and then work on that. And ONEfourMe can help you recognize what your brand is, and then establish that. In one of the training sessions not too long ago, you can go, I can't remember which one it is, but in the video, one of the ladies responded. She said, I lacked so much confidence before, but once I set up my business page with ONEfourMe, it just built my confidence and I was able to just do it. It increased my confidence and my approach to people. And that is what should happen when you recognize who you are. What is your brand? What is your story? Why are you doing this? Because stories sell. Your story will sell. People will buy into your story and they will be able to resonate with you, and then they will do it. They will go ahead and they will do it. Okay. Let's carry on. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. Remember that. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So how do you establish that? How do you establish a brand that people will know, like, and trust? So first of all, trust comes from product knowledge. the better you know the industry, the better you know um, your product. It doesn't matter what industry you are in, it doesn't matter what business you are in. The better you know your product, um, the easier it is to convey trust. When you're in your groups and people ask questions, be the one to answer the questions. It doesn't matter whether the person is in your network or not. If someone asks a question, I remember not too long ago, I was in the network marketing business. I was busy researching, busy looking at it, and I made it my business to learn the product. And in the groups, whenever someone asked a question I didn't know the answer, right there and then I went and I researched what is the answer to that question. And then in future, whenever anybody asked that question, I was able to answer the question. And I made it a point that I was the person that answered the questions in the groups because that is how people and that is how I built that trust. I just want to mute that quickly. Thank you. That is how I built that trust. Was I learned what were the questions, what were the answers to the questions asked, and then I went and I answered them. Be active, be proactive in your business, in what you do. And you can apply this in whether you are with whatever, live good. You can apply this in anything. Know your product, know your business, know the compensation plan, know how you get paid. That's what people want to know. Know the best way to get paid. Know how to do the business so that you can get paid easier. Okay, the next thing is consistency builds credibility. You will see when you open the back end of ONEfourMe, as soon as you log in, right at the top, my slogan is consistently be consistent. If you are consistent, put consistency and grit into a formula, and the answer that will equals success. All you need is time. Consistency, grit, time, success. You will always achieve success if you have those things in place. Then go, and your daily content is proof of who you are. Okay, how do you show up for your business? How do you handle your business? You can, as your daily content, it can be anything. It can be absolutely anything. How do you show up? How do you, um, how do you provide content? So you can do that on TikTok. You can do that on Instagram, on Facebook. You can do that within the groups that we are in. You can provide information. One thing that I do, my daily content as a leader in the ONEfourMe business is I give the leaderboard every morning. If you're in the groups, you will see that the leaderboards come regularly every morning and you can see what is happening. It encourages, it motivates, it shows that things are moving. But with that, I am showing up and I am giving daily content. That's just one way. Find your way. Find what you can do. Now, ONEfourMe can help you. So when you go through the training, when you go through the videos, you will see that there is a place where you start. Then you put in your profile picture, you put in your cell phone number, and then the system asks you a couple of questions about your brand. Tell me more about your brand. Tell me more about your story. Tell me more about your product. Tell me about the tone of your brand. Tell me about the colors of your brand. All of those things, the system formulates, the system gathers. And maybe this might be the first time that you think about these things. This might be the first time you think, man, why am I doing this? Let me tell you, that is one of the most important questions you can answer yourself is why. If you don't know why you are doing this, you're not going to get through the tough times. You're not going to get through when the going gets tough. Because I'm telling you now, It is your why that gets you through the tough times. That is a fact. I've seen it over and over. I've got the t-shirt. I've been there. I've done that. I know all about it. If you do not understand your why, you will not get through the tough times. You will then quit because this isn't working for you. Okay. But if you can push through that, if you know why you are doing this and you've answered that question with conviction, almost to the extent where it becomes emotional to you, you will push through anything. You will know today's a hard day. It's okay. Tomorrow will be better. And the next day will be better. Got another off day. It's okay. Tomorrow the sun will shine. Okay. So go through that exercise. Understand your brand. Because once you've done that, the system can build onto that. It'll help you create your bio using AI. So the system has AI assist. I'm sure all of you have seen that. Charles, maybe you haven't yet, but once you register in the free version, you've got all of that. That takes you right through to creating and establishing your brand. It takes you through some very important questions, and it can become very technical, but I have researched it and I've taken out the most important questions without you having to go through a 26 question questionnaire. The system asks you the most important ones to get the foundation of your brand going, to get you start thinking about what is my brand? Who am I? Let me start putting it down. Let me start recognizing it. Let me start working on that. And let me start showcasing that through ONEfourMe, through my business page. Okay, let's move on. Now, in ONEfourMe, we're talking about daily content. ONEfourMe in the pro version, so now I'm going to promote the pro version a little bit. In the pro version, there is a daily AI prompt generator. It takes all of this that you have put in with regards to who you are, what is my brand, and it creates a prompt generated around your brand. And all you need to do is you just copy it, paste it into ChatGPT or any AI generator, paste it into there, and it will give you content that you can go and you can start using on your social pages. You can start using it on Facebook. You can then ask it, create a create me an image around this content that I can use on my Instagram feed. You can even say, create me a 15-second script that I can use in my TikTok video. But it will get you started. Once it's got you getting started, you can work with it. And you can start asking ChatGPT to give you information, to give you content around that, which it's already created, because it's got all your information that you can use. I love going on to socials and I love seeing where people have used it. And it is so easy. These prompts to create content, it comes daily. It removes content block. It removes the time when you sit and you're like, okay, what am I going to post today? It gives you the opportunity to post something every single day. Every single day, every morning, there will be a new, fresh prompt that you can take, pop it into an AI generator, and it will give you content. And this will help you show up consistently. I've given training on this, quite extensive training. What I'm going to do is I've got it here. Can I not? Oh, I can copy this. Awesome. I'm going to copy this quickly. I'm going to put it in the chat. And you can copy that link and you can actually go and view it. It's the end of a YouTube video. Right at the end of the YouTube video, I give a live demonstration of how I use the daily prompt to create to create content for an actual post that I went and I put onto Facebook. Live, I did it. So you can just go have a look at it and work on that. Let me just quickly check. I haven't been checking the chats. Ah, no, there's no questions yet. But if you have any questions, please feel free. Just pop it into the chat and then just ask me. Can you still see, just if someone can just in the chat just tell me, I've put some stuff in front of my screen, but hopefully it's not in front of your screen. You can still see the presentation. If someone can just say yes, then I know you can still see the presentation. Just in the chat, if someone can just respond yes, or if they are, yes, thank you, Michelle. Okay, good stuff. Because I've placed my chat screen in front of the presentation. So because I've got two screens going. I can see the presentation on this screen, but that's the one that you're actually seeing. But I placed stuff in front of there. But if you can still see it, that's good. Awesome. Okay, let's carry on. So let's talk a little bit about. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this screen. I think that this is one of the most important concepts to understand about network marketing. And that is that you don't need a huge network to get started. If you do, then good, awesome. You will grow quickly in the beginning. But I remember I wasn't a fast starter. I wasn't the type of person that had huge networks and that could start building from the word go and quick. I did it a little bit slower. But the concept I want to teach you tonight is that you don't need huge networks to get started. You don't need a huge following to get started. Okay? I myself, I am an introverted type of person. I am a computer nerd. I love sitting behind the screens and developing and designing, that type of stuff. I like finding answers to questions. I'm a more technical type of person. That is what drives me. That is what gets me going. I'm not naturally the type of person that flips up the screen and can just talk and go and do something on TikTok. I find that extremely uncomfortable for myself. However, I do it. If you go and check the ONEfourMe TikTok page, you'll see there aren't a lot of videos, but I do it because it is important, but it's not the only way. There are different ways. But I want you to understand a concept that's going to help you. A concept, it doesn't matter what business you do, what network marketing business you do, and this is particularly in network marketing, where you have to network. Okay? You need to understand these principles. Keep it simple. Minimal time investment for maximum impact. You have to, we all have 24 hours in a day, and we probably work around 8 hours of that day, 8 or 10 or however, 12. But we trade our time for money. That's what we do. But the power of leverage and duplication, which you only find in network marketing, every time you add a pro to your team, you double your working capacity. So if I work on my network marketing company 2 hours a day, as soon as I add someone to my team, and in ONEfourMe, it is a pro. If you add a pro, if you upgrade one of your free versions to a pro, you double your work. You double the work that goes into your business. And the same for everybody else. As soon as you add a person in your team, you are doubling it. So now all of a sudden, you're not just working 2 hours, you're working 4 hours a day. Add another person, 6 hours a day. Add another person, 8 hours a day. The more people you add, you will work more hours in a day than what we actually have. You will exceed the amount of working hours for your business in a day that is 24 hours. Do you understand that? Do you grasp that? Because the minute you grasp that, you will understand the power of leverage. How do you get that leverage? Is through duplication. You need to duplicate the concept. You need to duplicate your business. You need to duplicate what you do successfully. If you do something that is not easily duplicatable, then you need to rethink your structure. The people who built their businesses the fastest and the easiest in the time that I've been in network marketing were the people who kept their system simple. Those were the people, all they did was contact, invite, introduce. Come and watch this presentation. Come and see what the business is all about. They just invited the one after the other. And they just did that consistently. They added three new names every single day. They had a goal. Today I want to speak to three new people. Today I want to speak to three new people. Today I want to show my business to three new people. And that was just their goal, just consistently dripping that process the whole time, keeping it small because small efforts will compound into big results. What's the easier? What's easier? To get six people or to try and get 300 people? Obviously, the answer is to get six people. John Paul Getty, he once said, I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. I've taken that concept with me through my life. The quicker I can duplicate and transfer my knowledge onto another person, the quicker my network business will grow. Okay. Another concept that I want to just instill in everybody tonight is to have an obligation, to feel an obligation to the people you introduce your business to. Remember, something that you have said, something that you have transferred from yourself to another person, they've resonated with, and they have taken that and they have now invested into whatever you have shared with them. They have taken their 500 Rand, or they have taken their 800 Rand, or their 240 Rand, and they have invested into something that you said. Something that you said they will get in return for what they need to do. Now it is time for you to deliver on that promise. You must feel obligated to help the people in your network. If you do not feel that obligation, then you're in this for yourself. And you will not grow a successful or you will not be able to grow a network that'll be sustainable, that'll withstand any test of time. The people that you bring into your teams, they are business partners, and you need to see them as business partners. Go to that person who joins your team, who joins your network. Ask them, why did you join? You need to know why every single pro has joined your ONEfourMe network, your ONEfourMe team. Why? I take a notepad, I write down anybody's name, Cheryl or Charmaine or Edwina. If you're in my network, if you're in my team, I'll write your name down and I will ask you, why are you doing this? What is your why? What do you want out of this? Extra money, more time. You need you need an additional income stream. You're doing okay with your primary business, but you want to bolster it with something else. You want those two income streams flowing next to each other, just in case something happens with the one or the other or whatever, but you are just building all the time. Why? What is your why? It is my responsibility to find out so that I can encourage you. I need to help you build your network. It's my responsibility and my obligation to help you get your first three or six or whatever your goal is. What is your goal? I want to know. What do you want to earn? What do you want that is extra? How can I help you? Well, actually, as a matter of fact, this is how I am going to help you. This is how I've been doing it. Let's see if you can adopt that and let's see if we can build on this together. Build relationships, build friendships. These are the friendships that will last a lifetime. I promise you that. Some of my best friends that I have are people that I built networks with 10 years ago, 25 years ago. I still have friends in networks. The company doesn't even exist anymore. But the friendships that I built, the lessons that I've built while being in that company and building a network, I still have today. That will last forever. The things beside ONEfourMe, Live Good, the money you are making right now, if you put that one side and you look at the relationships that you are going to start building, that you are creating, those are the things that are going to last. Okay. With that said, let's look a little bit at the ONEfourMe compensation plan. I want to go a little bit more into depth with that with you tonight. And I hope that you do the same with whatever network marketing company you are with. Because it is important. It is important to know how you earn. Because that's, besides everything else, that is why we do this. Whatever your reason is, at the bottom of all of it, it is money. Because money is going to give you that extra car. It is money that's going to help you pay for your house. It is money that's going to help you spend time with your children. It is money that's going to get your children in those schools. The bottom line is money. That's the bottom line. And what tools do you have? What tools are you using to give you that at the end of the day is what you decide. You saw someone, they making money out of this. Good. I like this person. I know this person. I trust this person. Let's go for it. Or I like this concept. I see this person doing it. I need to find out a little bit more. You go for it. Okay. So I want to delve into a little bit of detail with regards to the ONEfourMe compensation plan. For me, it is important that you know how the compensation plan works. It is incredibly simple. You will hear me say this a lot. The thread of simplicity is woven throughout the entire company of ONEfourMe. From its compensation plan to the ONEfourMe business page, all the way down. In the back end, if something is not simple, if something is not easy, then you need to approach me. You need to say, hey, I'm struggling with this. How can we make this a little bit more simple? And that is what we need to work on. That's what I need to work on. Okay. But here's the compensation plan. This is ONEfourMe's compensation plan. The only thing that I've changed so far, and I see I have not put it into this one, I haven't put that slide in, is when you reach the rank of leader, when you reach this rank, leader, you now get a once-off rank bonus of 750 Rand. And that is for any leader, anybody who reached that rank. And at the moment, we have 3 people. The company is in its pre-launch phase, 22 days. We've already got 3 leader ranks. We've got 3 people in the company who has registered and have upgraded 6 pros underneath each of them. They are doing well. I am excited to see what is happening. Any case, to unlock the ranks in ONEfourMe is all linear. It all happens on your first line. Okay? It is your personal effort. It is the work that you put in that will unlock your rank and your earning levels within ONEfourMe. For distributor, you have to unlock 3 pros on your first line. Up until that point, you're a customer. Okay, so up until the point where you've got 2 pros on your first line, you're still seen as a customer in the compensation plan. It is only when you add the 3rd person where you unlock level 1. Every single rank, every single qualification unlocks a level up to 10 levels deep. Okay. Every single rank will unlock an earning capacity going every level down. So as a distributor, when you have 3 pros on your first line, you unlock level 1 and you will earn 40 Rand on every single pro. That will give you 120 Rand. It's 120 Rand that you will be getting every single month. Okay, so and in this month, we are in a double double pay month. So on the first three levels, the company will double what you pay. So on level one, two, and three, you will earn 80, 80, 40 until the end of September. This is just in the pre-launch phase. So next month, the double pay incentive will be no more. Okay, so to unlock distributor, 3 pros. To unlock senior distributor, 4 pros. So it's just one extra pro. So once you have 3 pros, just one more, and you rank up one level. Okay, you also open up and you qualify for your second level earning. Now, this is important because if you want to go break even in your business, if you want to break even and you're struggling to get those 6 people, aim for 4. What I suggest is put the pedal to the metal until you have 4 pros in your business. 4, only 4. Work, work, work. Talk, introduce, get people. Remember, ONEfourMe, the free business page, is a hook. It is a value add. Go and offer and tell people, Steve, in our, he is a leader in ONEfourMe, one of our 3. He approached people and he said, let me build you this free business page. And he just went and he helped people and he built. I'm not even sure how many. I can't remember where I looked last. He helped over 150 people. If you look at Steve and the connectors in the leaderboard that I put on, you will see Steve is sitting second. He's just underneath Ilandra. But that was his method, that was his way, and I think it is a very wise way because he added value. He went to people and he said, listen here, I can add value to what you have, and it's free. And he just worked. And then out of those people, he went and he showed them a presentation. Boom, just like that. Steve is sitting on 7 distributors, 7 pros on his first line. He went from senior distributor in one day to leader, and it just all happened. But he put in the hard work, So there are different ways, and there are different means of how you do it. So I'm just giving that as an example to you because I like the way that he did it. He offered value to people. He gave it to them, and then through that, he found the people who were interested in just adding a little bit of extra money to their income. And he said, listen, all it's going to take is now just go pro. It's going to cost you 240 Rand a month. And let me show you how you can break even. And that's what I want to show you now. So if you're struggling, put the pedal to the metal until you have 4 pros. Work towards 4. That's all you have. Put the number 4 on a piece of paper, put it under your pillow, and then you just think, before the end of this week, I'm going to have 4 pros in my business. Why? Because 4 pros unlocks level 1 and 2. So that means you can now start earning off of the pros in your first level. 4. That's why I say 4. From those 4 pros, if any 2 of them get 1, your 240 Rand is covered by your income. Your income will be 240 Rand and your expense for your business is 240 Rand. And now you can start relaxing because your business is self-funded. Now you can relax. But you have to work until you get those 4 people. Work. Okay. Then, once you have those 4 people, then you can go and you can then slowly but surely add another 2. And get 6 people. Once you get those 6 people, you've unlocked level 3. Now you can go and you can start earning on your third, you can start earning on your 3rd level. Okay? And the deeper you can start earning and you can duplicate the system, the more money you will get. So let's carry on. And then we go all the way down. I just want to see my notes. Is that everything I want to do? Yeah, once you have 6 people, the pressure is off because your business is paid for. You have no extra expense and it's not costing you anymore. So work hard. Work hard for 4 people. Then it just goes all the way to legend. And I want to see who's going to be our first legend in the business. That is 30 pros on your first line. You will be the first one to be called or have the rank that is named a legend. Isn't that just so cool to have the rank that is legend? I think that's so cool. Okay, let's just quickly go through the system that is duplicatable. Here we go. 3 steps. 3 steps. We make it very simple. Go pro and recruit 6 pros. Get those 6 pros. That is what you aim for. But remember, the better you know the compensation plan, you can structure it in any other way. If you understand the incentives we have in place, all you need to do to break even at the end. Oh, I'm going to get there. Hold on. I'm jumping ahead now. But step 1, go pro. Get 6 pros. But as soon as you go pro, you unlock all the pro tools and you qualify for earnings. 6 pros gives you the leader rank. That is what everybody needs to aim for. Leader, leader, leader rank. I want you to become a leader making machine. All you do is, once you have people in your network, help them to go to become a leader. That is what you drill into them. That is what you teach them. When you sit down, I have someone that I look up to. Her name is Jane Leach. You can go and look her up. She lives in England, and I learned from her how to teach your team to build a deep network. What I learned from her was incredible. It is lessons that I will never ever discard. If you spend a little bit of time, she taught her network that what she did was she learned from every single person what is their why. Why are they doing this? Step number 1. Step number 2, what are their goals? What do they want to achieve? As soon as she knows what those 2 things is, then she goes and she says, okay, to achieve this, here's your roadmap. This is what we are going to do. By the end of this week, we will have you senior distributor. By the end of this month, we will have you a leader. Then what we will do is we will help those people do exactly the same. But then after that, in the month after that, we will add another 6 to your team. And we will just grow your ranks until we reach the goals that you have set. You said you wanted to earn an extra 10,000 Rand. This is what we're going to do. And I'm going to hold you accountable. Every single time when you say, no, this is too difficult, or I can't, or what, I'm going to remind you what is your why. I am going to remind you why you said you are going to do this. If you adopt that as a leader of your team, I promise you there's only one way you're going to go. And that is upward. Success. Success is your journey. So that is what we do. We get those people in and we teach them. Teach them the blueprint. If you want to teach them the ONEfourMe blueprint, by all means. If you want to teach them your Live Good blueprint, by all means. Any blueprint, any company should have one. It should have the steps to success. Have the steps on how are we going to reach your goals. Here we go. Let me sit down. Let me show you. This is how you're going to do it. And I'm going to help you every single step of the way. Remember, not everybody knows how to do this when they sign up underneath you as a pro. They don't know. Every single person will go and they'll say, okay, here we go. You said if I do this, this is what's going to happen. What's the next step? That is what they'll ask. And you need to be ready. Okay, let's sit down for about 20 minutes on a Zoom call over the phone, a WhatsApp face call or whatever. Let's sit down and let's get this going. And I promise you, success is all the way through. Because we've got the tools. Network marketing provides the tools for you to achieve that passive income. Whether it's 6,000, 20,000, 50,000 Rand every single month. Set your sight on what you want, and then just work towards it. If you need me to help you with that, by all means, call on me. That is why I'm here, and I will gladly help and gladly assist. Okay, step number two is teach. It is that responsibility that we have to help our pros in our first line to become successful. You can't let them sign up. Signing them up is the easiest thing. That's the easiest thing. But it is helping them to sign up their first 3, 4, 5, 6 people, which is the hard part. But do it. Okay, then step number three. If you've done all of those successfully and you've teach them the blueprint of one for me, focus on 6. Let's start where you can. 4, work on those 4, then we add another 2. Just work on that. On your first level 6, on your second level 36, on your third level, second level, third level 216. That's why I said if you add all of that up, 300. Can you alone, what is easier? You alone, 300 people? Or you and a team each just focus on 4 to 6 people, 4 to 6 people. Work on that 4, pedal to the metal. And then we'll just, once we've got that, help them, help any one of those. Just get one. 2 of them get one, your business is paid for. Lekker. Here we go. Add our 5th and our 6th person. Now we can unlock level 3. And now we also, you see how important it is to understand, to know your product, to know your compensation plan. We are all in it to earn a little bit of extra money. Learn how, learn the process. Now, let's talk a little bit about the incentives that we are running. In September, we are running the double commission incentive. So if you go pro and you work in September, levels 1, 2, and 3, the company will pay double. So on levels 1, 2, and 3, it's 40, 40, 20. The company will pay 80, 80, 40 at the end of this month's run, which is the last day of September. So if you bring in September 3 people, that will unlock and qualify you to earn 120 Rand. But because it is a double up incentive month, the company will pay you double on that because that will be on your first line. You qualify because the first 3 lines, the first 3 levels, first line, 3 people, 240 your company, your business paid for. Whatever you get is how much it costs you. So it didn't cost you a cent. Then in October, you get another 3 people. Now in October, there's not a double up incentive month, but those 3 people, what you will get is you will then have 6 people, 6 times 40, 240 Rand on your first level, on your first line. And you can now just start relaxing. You can take the pressure off and you can now teach. You can now change your role from building, building, building to teaching, teaching, teaching. And as you teach, your confidence will grow. As your confidence grows, people will see it and you will start bringing in your 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th pro on your first line. I've thrown in another incentive. This one doesn't have an expiry date, but it is for the first 3 who achieves it. For the first 3 people in ONEfourMe that hit 6,000 Rand for 2 consecutive months, the company will pay you a bonus of 6,000 Rand. I've shown you now a couple of ways how you can achieve it. You can achieve it in any other way, You can, for example, get 150 people on your levels 1 and 2. If you've got 150 people on level 1 and 2, both of these levels pay out 40 Rand each. That is 6,000 Rand. That is the minimum amount of people that you need to make 6,000 Rand every month. The minimum, 150 people on levels 1 and 2. So it means that you don't have to get all the 100 people, but you have to get those 100 people on level 1 and 2. That's just one other way of achieving it. There's many structures. You go and sit down and you work on what you want to do. If you treat this like a business, it'll pay like a business. If you treat it as a hobby, it'll reciprocate as a hobby. Okay, and then let's just go through. This is an award, an advance from the I've already spoken about this. On the leader rank, there's a 750 Rand once off rank bonus. So if you reach that rank, if you reach leader rank, there are already 3 people, they will receive their 750 Rand rank bonus at the end of this month. It's a once-off bonus for achieving that rank. So you work towards it, there's an additional 750 Rand that you will receive as a bonus. Okay. Now let's look at this. Let's say in September you get 6 people. Those 6 people will pay out in the normal compensation plan 240 Rand every single month. But because we are in a double up month, a double up incentive month, that'll be an additional 240 Rand. And because you have reached leader rank, there will be a leader rank bonus of 750 Rand, and that is 1,230 Rand at the end of this month for September that you can pocket. Here it is, it's up for grabs. Who's going to take it? We already have 3 people that have done that. Okay. So, and then I have one more award here that I'm giving out. Just one more, and I think I'm going to finish up on this. The person with the most first line pros at the end of September will receive a once off 2,500 Rand. Just a couple of incentives that I've put in that it needs to be there just to, motivate, to incentivize, and to encourage. As the company is still new, we're only launching next week, the 30th. That is when we put the peg in the line or the peg in the ground and say, this is when the company officially started, was on the 30th of September. And I always end off by letting you know that you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Okay, remember the formula: consistency, grit, and time. With those 3 things, you are bound to achieve success. Just have consistency and grit. Grit means that you push through anything and everything. And you can do that for long enough, you will achieve success. Thank you, everybody. And I'm sure everybody has got one for me. I don't have to ask if you do. Everybody. Well, if you don't, then you will soon go out and get one for me. Thank you very much. Let me stop sharing that. And that brings us to the end of this training, guys. I hope that you have learned something. I hope that it has just maybe opened up your eyes a little bit and just given you a little bit of perspective of the power of leverage and duplication in network marketing and how it can help you achieve, financial success just through using that. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for your comments. Do we have any questions? If not, then thank you, everybody. Does anybody have a question? Anything with regards to the compensation plan or to anything else? I'm happy to take those questions now. I'm happy to answer. If not, then thank you. Yes, Patricia, I'm struggling to hear you. Adele, do you have a question?
No, I don't. I just wanted to say thanks very much.
Oh, okay, no problem. Does this answer some of your questions that you might have had, or did it give you some enlightenment?
It did. Thank you very much.
Okay, fantastic. If you need any help, you can always call on me. I'm there to assist and to help.
Thanks very much, Neil.
Okay, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on tonight. Hope you enjoyed the training. Hope it was insightful, and I'll see you around. Take care, everybody. Cheers, bye-bye.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.